Tony Robbins is one of the most recognized names in the world of motivation and personal development. For over 4 decades, he has coached presidents, athletes, business leaders, and millions of ordinary people to break through limitations and achieve extraordinary results. His booming voice, towering presence, and relentless energy have made him a global icon. But beyond the charisma lies a set of practical tools and philosophies that can help anyone transform their life. In this video, we will dive deep into his teachings and explore how his strategies can unleash the power within you. Tony Robbins was not born into privilege. He grew up in a working-class family, often struggling with poverty and instability. His childhood was filled with challenges, including an abusive home environment. By the time he was a teenager, he had left home, determined to create a different future. These early struggles shaped his drive and empathy. Tony often says, "It's not the lack of resources, but the lack of resourcefulness that stops you." His life became proof that adversity can be fuel for greatness. One of Tony's core teachings is the power of state. He believes that our emotional state determines the quality of our decisions and actions. When we are in a peak state, energized, focused, and confident, we can tackle challenges effectively. But when we are in a low state, tired, fearful, or uncertain, we hold ourselves back. This is why Tony emphasizes the importance of managing physiology. Movement, breath, and focus can instantly shift our emotional state. Change your body, and you change your mind. Another cornerstone of his philosophy is the concept of modeling. Tony learned from his mentor Jim Rohn that success leaves clues. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, find someone who has already done it, study their beliefs and strategies, and replicate them. This idea of modeling successful people has become central to Tony's coaching. He has interviewed and studied countless high performers, from athletes to entrepreneurs, and distilled their habits into actionable strategies. Tony also stresses the importance of clarity in goal setting. He encourages people to create a compelling vision for their life, one that excites and inspires them. He often says, "People are not lazy. They simply have impotent goals, that is, goals that do not inspire them." For Tony, goals should be specific, measurable, and emotionally charged. It's not enough to want more money or better health. You must define exactly what you want and why it matters to you. That clarity fuels persistence. Decision-making is another powerful theme in Robbins' work. He often reminds us that our destiny is shaped in the moments of decision. Indecision creates paralysis, but decisive action creates momentum. Tony teaches that we should make decisions quickly, aligned with our values and vision, and then commit fully. Even if the decision is imperfect, action builds progress. Momentum, once started, becomes a powerful force for transformation. Tony Robbins is also known for his focus on the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Achievement is about setting and reaching goals, while fulfillment is about finding meaning and joy in the process. Many people achieve great success externally, but remain unfulfilled internally. Tony insists that true success requires both, the drive to achieve and the wisdom to appreciate. This balance prevents burnout and creates lasting happiness. One of the most famous tools in Robbins' seminars is the fire walk. Walking barefoot across hot coals may seem extreme, but for Tony, it is a metaphor for breaking through fear. The fire walk demonstrates that the limits we perceive are often illusions. Once you do something you thought impossible, your brain rewires itself to believe in greater possibilities. Thousands of people have experienced this exercise and carried its lesson into every area of their lives. Robbins also teaches the importance of contribution. He believes that the secret to living is giving. Beyond personal success, fulfillment comes from making a difference in the lives of others. Through his foundation, He has provided millions of meals, education, and support worldwide. For Tony, contribution is not just charity, it is a fundamental human need. When we grow, we feel good. But when we give, we feel truly alive. Health and energy are another key area of focus. Robbins teaches that energy is the ultimate resource, because without it, nothing else matters. He advocates for a lifestyle of proper nutrition, exercise, hydration, and rest. He also emphasizes the importance of mindset in health, showing how beliefs and emotions affect the body. In his seminars, physical vitality is celebrated as a cornerstone of personal power. Relationships are also central to Tony's message. He has coached countless couples and individuals on building passionate, lasting connections. He teaches that love grows when we consistently give more than we take, when we prioritize understanding over being understood, and when we bring energy and playfulness into our relationships. For him, relationships are not about finding the perfect partner, but about becoming the right partner. Another powerful concept Tony teaches is the importance of standards. He says, "We all get what we tolerate. If we tolerate mediocrity, we live a mediocre life. But when we raise our standards and refuse to settle, our entire life changes." Raising standards is not about willpower, it's about identity. When you decide who you truly are, your behaviors align with that identity. Lasting change comes from identity, not from temporary motivation. Tony also emphasizes the principle of constant and never-ending improvement, which he calls Connie. He believes that growth is a fundamental human need and that happiness comes from progress. Whether in business, health, or relationships, the pursuit of growth keeps life exciting and meaningful. By committing to lifelong learning and improvement, we create momentum that carries us forward. Storytelling is one of Tony Robbins' greatest strengths. He uses powerful stories from his own life and from the lives of his clients to illustrate principles in a way that resonates emotionally. His ability to combine practical strategies with emotional inspiration is why millions flock to his seminars. People don't just leave with knowledge, they leave with a new identity and a new belief in what's possible. Tony also teaches about the power of rituals. Success, he says, is not about what we do occasionally, but what we do consistently. Morning routines, empowering questions, visualization, and gratitude practices are examples of rituals that shape our mindset and our results. By creating daily rituals that support our vision, we turn success into a habit rather than a struggle. Another theme in Robbins' work is the distinction between problems and challenges. He reframes problems as opportunities for growth. He reminds us that life will never be free of challenges, but we can become stronger than any challenge we face. By shifting our language and perspective, we change our experience. Problems become stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Let's pause and reflect. What are the standards we are living by today? Are we settling for less than we deserve, or are we raising our expectations of ourselves? Tony's message is a challenge to step up, to demand more from ourselves, and to live with passion and purpose. His teachings are not about small adjustments, they are about breakthroughs. Tony Robbins also believes in the power of identity shifts. When we see ourselves in a new way, we behave in a new way. If you identify as a healthy, disciplined person, your actions naturally follow. If you identify as a leader, you begin to lead. The fastest way to change your life is to change your identity. Once the identity shifts, the habits and results follow. In the business world, Tony has coached entrepreneurs and leaders to create massive success. He teaches principles of leadership, influence, and innovation that apply not just to corporations, but to anyone who wants to lead in their own life. His strategies emphasize adding value, serving others, and creating visions that inspire teams and communities. Leadership, for Tony, is not about position, it's about action. Over the years, Tony Robbins has become a symbol of transformation. His books, including Awaken the Giant Within and Unlimited Power, have reached millions. His seminars attract tens of thousands. His online programs and coaching have touched every corner of the globe. Yet at the core of it all is a simple message. You have the power to change your life, no matter where you start. So, what can we learn from Tony Robbins today? First, that managing our state is the key to peak performance. Second, that modeling success accelerates our growth. Third, that clarity, decisions, and standards shape our destiny. Fourth, that fulfillment comes from growth and contribution. And finally, that identity is the foundation of lasting change. His message is both practical and inspirational, challenging us to live at a higher level. As we close this exploration of Tony Robbins' wisdom, let's remember that information without action changes nothing. The real transformation comes when we apply these ideas, when we manage our state, set compelling goals, raise our standards, and take bold action. As Tony often says, it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. The invitation is clear: unleash the power within and create the life you were meant to live. Tony Robbins stands as living proof that no matter how difficult your beginnings, you can design an extraordinary future. His teachings remind us that the secret to an easy life is not avoiding challenges, but mastering them with energy, clarity, and passion. The power is already within you. Now is the time to unleash it. Enjoyed this video? Give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed for more videos on personal transformation.